laid on your back, really take your time. Come on back up to seated. From there, crawl out the hands and knees. Cross the ankles behind you, put your buttocks on the ground, bring your legs forward. Squeeze the knees into your chest. Rest your forehead low for a moment. Just bring all the awareness back to following each breath. Right, we get out of the standing stuff and we start kind of winding things down a little bit. There's a tendency to start to drift out. So refocus your intention, then draw the head off the knees. Let the knees fall open until the soles of the feet touch. Reach down with your hand. Grab those feet and pull the heels toward the groin tight as you like. And what you'll notice as you do that is that you don't think about it, but your body sort of does this little shimmy, finding this optimal position so the sits bones are rooted. Continue following the intuition. Then use the strength of your arms and pull your head towards the ground beyond your toes. So maybe that feels sweet to you, using a little arm strength, kind of pulling in that chest out first, then dipping into it. Maybe you want to walk the hands on the ground in front of you, which will create maybe a little more length for the torso and the spine. Right, so you find your spot. There's 7 billion ways to do every pose. You just got to find the one that works optimally and personally for you. When you find your spot, it's great. It's called the core pose. Now, start to come on back up to seated. Take the hands to the outside of the knees and assist them back to touching. Okay, now put the hands on the ground behind your buttocks, about a foot away with the fingers facing away from you. And now walk the feet a foot or a little further forward from the butt, and the feet are open about a foot apart. Now drop your head back, lean onto the palms of the hands, press out of the soles of the feet, and lift your hips high. 3. Lift your hips high. Don't look to see if it happens, but just keep intending lifting your hips the same height as your knees. By the way, if this doesn't feel good on your elbows and wrists, you can come back down and try spinning the fingers forward. It might alleviate some of that unwanted, uncomfortable sensation. One inhale from here. Exhale, just put the buttocks back down. Spin the fingers to face forward. Bring your ankles and knees together. Now leaning onto the butt and the hands, lift your legs straight to the sky. Now see if you can continue lifting your chest and lengthening the spine, even if that means you bend the knees a little or a lot. Now on an inhale, lower the straight legs till the heels barely graze the ground. And on an exhale, bring the legs back up. And then smile, because who didn't want to do a little core? Inhale down, exhale back up. Good, inhale some fluidity, intention, purpose. Exhale back up. Great, last 2. Inhale down. Exhale back up. One more, inhale low. Exhale back up. Now balancing on your butt, reach your arms forward, elbows straight, touch your palms together. Turn your arms and torso all the way to the right. Press your knees into one another. Keep your chest lifting, elbows straightening, palms pressing. Now over to the left. Knees pressing, chest lifting, elbows straight, palms pressing, obliques, oh my. Come back down the middle. Open the palms shoulder width, Navasana for 3. Breathe deep, 2, 1. Listen, just put the hands back on the ground behind you, fingers facing forward. Inhale, lift the legs up. Exhale, straighten the knees, point through the toes, heels to ground, reverse plank. Lift your buttocks high. Drop your head back and breathe. Point vigorously through the toes like you're intending to touch the ground. Roll the ankles towards one another. And then do what we do in plank. Push the ground away. Activate that stuff. Good. From here, put the buttocks back on the ground. Now keep the left leg relaxed along in front of you. Just take the right knee and give it a little squeeze into your chest. And then allow your right knee to fall open to the right. Reach down with your hands, put the right ankle on the left knee. Then bend your left knee, rebring the left ankle under the right knee. So the left shin bone is on the ground and the right shin bone stacks on top of it. Feel the sits bones root down in that optimal way, and if it feels too intense, just soften those legs naturally into a cross leg pose. Little flexion through both heel and toes. Reach both arms up to the sky. Big inhale, breath. Exhale, left arm low. Slide it up your back high. So it kind of looks like you're trying to scratch an itch between the shoulders. Drop the right hand behind in an attempt to clasp your fingertips. And tend your gaze forward so that your chest is lifting and spine lengthening. Just a few breaths getting into that left shoulder, kind of just letting the stuff involved in the lower body chill out a little bit for the forward fold that's inevitably coming. Now bring your right arm back to the sky, left arm falls out a little slow. And still sitting up tall, just put the left hand on the ground near your hip naturally. Okay, now take the right hand over to the left side of the head. You could put the palm on the ear, fingertips on the side of the head. Start to pull your head to the right. Now work the left hand position on the ground so you feel it facilitating the shoulder relaxing down and away. Pull the head in the opposite direction to the right. Play around with the position of your chin. Little tilt up or down or whatever it may be. Maybe a little more revealing. Rotate the inside of your left elbow to the wall in front of you. It just kind of spreads that left shoulder, just opens the left shoulder a little more revealing in the trapezius. Now keep your head tipping to the right. Just move the right hand to the right ear and push your head back up to the middle. Now reach both arms up to the sky. Big inhale, breath. Exhale, gentle forward fold. Still following each breath. See how things are this far? You have about 10 or 15 seconds. You see how you are. And then maybe in that time, a couple layers of tension release. So anytime, you could have a big inhale, soft gaze forward, walk the hands out a little bit, and exhale, kind of dipping into that new place. What I like is on the inhale, you gaze out, walk the hands out, then plant the hands, and on the exhale, softly press those sits bones down and back. So you're kind of switching the foundations on the inhale, the exhale between the sits bones and the palms. Wonderful. Come on back up to sitting tall. And we switch. Right leg relaxed long, left knee little squeeze in. Allow that left knee to fall open. Reach down, left ankle on right knee. Bend the right knee, right ankle under left knee. So the right shin bone's on the ground, the left one stacks on top of it. Soften into a cross leg pose. Flexion through heel and toes, sits bones rooting. Big inhale, reach high. Good, exhale, right arm low, slides up your back high. Right, just kind of finagle it up there, but notice that you don't do the finagle faces, the arm is finagling. Like your finger just calm as can be, left hand anytime behind the head, intending to clasp. Don't worry about clasping, it doesn't have anything to do with clasping. What am I affecting when I intend to do it? Right, the shoulder stretch is happening with that right hand crawling up the back. And you just drop the left arm behind. Left arm to the sky, right arm falls out slow on the ground near the head. Good, left hand over to right side, fingertips. If you do put the palm on the ear, just don't rest the weight of the hand on it. It's kind of a delicate area. Now pull your head to the left. Work the right hand position. Could be a little in, out, forward, back, fingertips, palm. Feel that right shoulder relax down and away from you. Head pulls in the opposite direction, little tilt of the chin, up and down. And maybe rotate the inside of the right elbow forward, kind of pulling the right shoulder a little open, a little more revealing in the trapezius. Keep the head tipping, left palm to left ear, push the head back to the middle. I don't know what's sweeter than that one. I don't know if it's the touch or the exhale. So nice, hanging on to so much less. Big inhale, reach high. Good, exhale, forward fold. Again, nothing has changed. You're still doing the same stuff. You're just working with how you're feeling, no matter what's coming up. Right? just working with how you are. 15 seconds passes. You know, I've noticed I've let go of a couple layers. I did this corrosion on the link to true self and source. So then maybe the inhale, you gaze out, walk it out a little bit. Plant the palms, exhale, press the sits bones back and down from that. Soften the face and neck and breathe. Right now you're into a new layer of stuff to work with. To breathe deeply into that place. For the exhale, the opportunity to release. Then come on back up, sitting tall. Transition to laying on your back, squeeze the knees into your chest. But notice as you transition, nothing's changed. You're still in the single meditation, one breath at a time. Slide the hands down the shin bones, grab the sides of the feet like handles. Lift the soles of the feet to the sky. So the knees are bent at 90 degrees. The soles of the feet face the sky. And the ankles stack the knees, opening the feet and knees a little wider than the torso. Now keep your low back on the ground best as can be. And pull the knees towards the ground alongside the ribcage. Happy baby pose. You know, the suggestion was grab the outsides of the feet. There's no magic reason for doing that. Maybe you want to grab the insides of the feet. Open the hips a little bit. Now you got the whole deal, both femur bones, hip joints, glutes. Switch the grip. Take your first two fingers, hook the big toes, flirt with straightening the knees, spreading the legs wide open as can be. Try to keep the low back on the ground. And so away from the low back ground, you get those knees easily go straight. Just use your arm strength and pull the feet towards the ground on either side. Right, you had it a couple times in the standing position, and now you got it just so sweet on the back supine, just getting into that whole pelvic floor where the upper halves and lower halves of the body meet. Now keep the peace fingers hooking the big toe. Bend the knees as necessary, but bring your ankles and knees to touch. And one more time, flirt with straightening the knees. Low back on the ground best as can be. The knees easily go straight. If you flare the elbows, bicep muscles engage, pull the toes toward your fingers. Try to keep the head relaxed on the ground best as can be. Release the grip. Keep the legs in the air and put the hands on the ground next to your hips. Hyper gently push your feet over your head to touch the ground behind you. Yoga calls it the plow. It's like half a backward somersault. As you go back, start to shimmy this shelf so that the weight is in the shoulders and the triceps. What's happening is the shoulder blades are collapsing to midline to the back to top. Okay, now bend your elbows and put the hands on the kidneys and pull your elbows tight as comfortable to midline. And then one leg at a time up to the sky. And as you bring the legs up, there's more of a weightlessness happening through the spine. So maybe you start to intuitively shimmy a little more left to right, bringing the shoulder blades even tighter to midline. And then maybe the hands even walk a little higher up the back, a little more space. And then letting the torso relax a little into the palms of the hands will create some space between chest and chin. And then just keep lengthening. Right, just flowing through intention, like you just created. I intend to touch the ceiling through the balls of the feet. Everything that could possibly optimize is happening while trying, while flowing through that intention, while moving in that direction. Okay, and now you can exit back to plow with straight legs if you'd like. There's an alternative to deeply bend the knees, relaxing towards the forehead. Kind of lets those low back muscles soften in the knees. And then wherever you are, put the palms on the ground. Use your tricep and core muscles and start to come out in control. And when you feel your low back hit the ground, squeeze the knees into your chest with both hands. After a little squeeze in, forward and backward, the length of your spine, begin to rock and roll until that momentum easily brings you to a seated position on the mat. And then pick any comfortable seated position. Just where you can sit, your spine tall, physically still for a couple minutes. And then flip the palms up and touch the index fingers and thumbs together. Start to feel your pelvic floor rooting to the earth. And then tilt the head just slightly downward, and with your eyes open like a half gaze, like halfway, bring all of your focus on that, on the tip of your nose. Okay, it'll feel a little odd in the beginning, but it'll start to mellow out. Just keep gazing at the tip of your nose. And now keep that deep Ujjayi breath going, that Ujjayi pranayama, and 10 of the deepest ones yet, while continuing the visual focus on the tip of the nose. Whenever you finish that 10th breath, just soften all the focus. Lay on your back and give the knees a squeeze into your chest. After a little squeeze, keep the right knee squeezed in and push your left leg relaxed long on the ground. Expand your right arm open like a wing, left hand to outer right knee. Bring the knee across the body to the left. On the way over, you might feel the left hip wants to scooch to the right a little. Keep following the intuition. Soft gaze over the right hand, palm up or palm down. And then just soften the right shoulder to the ground to the right, push the right knee to the ground to the left. And then it's totally personal. Maybe you want to do a different spinal twist. Maybe you can't stand this pose, so you decide to skip this pose. That's exactly how this should be, totally personal. One thing I notice I enjoy about it is I reach the fingertips diagonally to the back corner of the room, and as I'm pushing the right knee down, it's going forward to the opposite front corner of the room. I just kind of like that extra little space diagonally through the torso and the twist. And then come on back up and give the right knee a little squeeze. Switch it out, right leg relaxes long, left knee squeezes in deep. Following the last focused breath of the class, left arm expands open like a wing, right hand outer left knee. Cross the body right hip might want to scooch a little left. Soft gaze over the left hand, palm up or down. And then just soften the left shoulder. Push the left knee to the ground away from you. And then come on back up and give the left knee a little squeeze in. Right knee next to left after that. Curl up tight, one tiny little ball, forehead to knee, squeeze it all with one inhale, exhale, release. Final pose, Shavasana. Close your eyes. Allow the feet to fall freely open, backs of the hands and knees soft. Shoulder blades a little to midline, raising the heart high. Chin a little to chest, long cervical spine. Notice shoulders are soft. Jaws relaxed, lips soft. All the muscles in the face softening off the bones. Heels a little further forward if that feels sweet to you. Now one final inhale, deep as it'll go through the nose, fill your lungs up, hold the breath, sip of air in on top of it, open mouth, exhale, release. Feel it all soften in the final couple minutes. See how deep you can drift off to a pretty rare, sweet, peaceful state. Time if you'd like more time. That is it for this one. Thank you guys again so much for coming in and sharing this piece of your afternoon with me. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you all soon. I honor the place of you where we are all